Hi guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today I'm finally showing you my eco apartments that I did in Evergreen Harbor. I've started building them, I think, before Christmas actually. I'm not sure, to be completely honest, but I think it might have actually been before Christmas. And I've had other builds, I've had commissions that I wanted to put out, so I kind of still postponed it and put it further and further away, but it's finally coming. So today we are doing the shell, the exterior, and the apartment for the owners, so for the people, or like for the family that is going to own this building. And we'll do the rest of the apartments later on. I'll share them in the upcoming weeks, one by one. I think there's going to be, I want to say 5 apartments overall. Yes, because one part of the building is 4 stories, so there are two-story apartments. The one on the top is the one for the owner that I furnished today, and then there's going to be a second 2-story one. And in the kind of smaller, less taller, shorter, that's the word for less taller, for in a shorter building, which is only 3 stories, there are going to be 3 single like studio apartments, because the apartments are quite small. So I'm going to share them in like the week's videos. You know, this week I've had my first short video with only music. I hope you liked it. I find it quite refreshing because I wanted to put out 2 videos, but recording 2 voiceovers is quite time consuming, right? And especially during the week, I have quite a lot of stuff to do for school. I have some other duties right now as well. So I wanted to try and do this instead. So it's music instead of voiceover. So I think kind of shake things up a little bit. You can just listen to music, watch a fairly short video, because I did an apartment this week with the new Crystal Creations stuff pack. And I have another tiny home for next week, so it's going to be either kind of apartments, like smaller apartments, or tiny homes for these videos. I'll see how long I can keep it up. I'm not sure. I will have quite an eventful 6 months, I want to say, so we'll see how long I'll be able to keep it up. So this build is on a 30 by 20. It's the twin Oracle Point lot in Evergreen Harbor. The whole lot comes in at around 111,332 simoleons. But because the other apartments are not furnished, it might end up being a little bit different. I'm not sure how the system works. Anyway, about the new stuff pack. What do you think about it? I know that there's been a lot of buzz in the community about a broken, game, but it's weird. My game is fine. I mean, I obviously don't do gameplay, so I don't know if if the bug with like compromised save files and things like that would actually be a problem for me. But as a builder, I don't have any issues at all. My game only crashed on me once last week. It's never happened again since then. So I don't know. I don't want to sound rude or anything. I'm just saying that my game is kind of fine for what I use it for. But I know that there have been a lot of chatter around it in the community, and people want it fixed. So definitely we want fixes. We want bug fixes. The residential rental lot doesn't work properly. It kind of crashes people's games. So yeah, we need fixes. We don't want new packs, we want new fixes. But that doesn't stop me from talking about the new stuff pack. Did you get it? I know a lot of people said that they're not gonna get the pack until the game is fixed. I'm weak. And I got it because I was really excited for the idea behind the pack, because we have a new skill, we have a new kind of I don't want to say style, because the style is fairly similar to like Paranormal or packs like that, but it's not a style that I would go for naturally, right? Because I'm more of a modern kind of mid-century vibe kind of person. But I was quite excited because some of the items that we got with the new pack are really pretty. To name a few, the plant is gorgeous. I love that plant with every fiber of my being. I think I'm going to use it like all the time. I think it's going to be my new Dine Out plant, because that plant from Dine Out, I use it almost all the time. So I think this might be my new kind of staple in build, because it's beautiful, especially for kind of like boho interiors. I cannot wait to work on it. Anyway, to use it, sorry. I also love the light. It gives like a very industrial vibe, and I love that. So again, cannot wait to use that more. I'm thinking what else. The chair that we got is also not bad. And also the couch. I kind of like the couch. And I love the pictures for the wall, especially those with like the constellations and things. Those are really pretty as well. So yeah, I kind of like the pack. I think there are some things or like some pieces that I'm going to use quite a lot, and I can't wait to do that. What do you think about the pack? I know, as I said, a lot of people said that they're not going to get it, so I imagine that not all of you did, but yeah, if you did, what do you think about it? Do you like it, or do you plan on getting it? Just like, what's your opinion about this whole situation, the pack, and also the thing around the bugs? And yeah, I just want to hear your opinion, I guess. So here we are working on the landscaping. It's pretty simple because I wanted to keep it kind of realistic. So I imagine that around an apartment building, you're not probably going to get a lot of kind of plants and landscaping. So there is a big space for parking. So I'm going to create parking spaces. I imagine, again, that's quite realistic, at least here where we have like these blocks of flats. They usually have big parking lots next to them, so that the people living in them can, can park somewhere. But not all of them, because the older ones don't, because people didn't used to have that many cars as they have today. And I also used a debug piece from For Rent to create a bike stand. This piece is really pretty. I remember kind of using one of the wall decors that came with Snowy Escape and kind of turning it with tool to make kind of like a makeshift bike stand, but this bike stand is perfect. So yeah, I used it here because I felt it was realistic. A lot of people drive or like ride on bikes, so I imagine that the Sims that live here also will. So the apartment building, as I said, comes with 5 apartments, 2 two-story ones and 3 one-story ones, like studio apartments. There is also a kind of common shared roof space, which is on the shorter building. So that one is shared, while the owner apartment that I will be furnishing has its own roof space, which is on top of the taller building. So they have their own kind of space, because I imagine that the owner, just did that for themselves. And then downstairs on the first floor, there's also a common, like a utility room. So we have a couple of laundry machines in there, and we also have some, I think I placed a post, I forgot how it's called. The place that you get your mailbox. So yeah, the mailbox is down there as well. Here I am working on the roof area, so I placed a couple of planters, as well as outside. So there's a little area for kids to play at, as well as like a community garden, and I decided to place some more planters up here. There's also a barbecue, a large table, and also kind of like a lounge area with this modular couch from Dream Home Decorator. So I really went heavily into the yellow color because that was the kind of staple I wanted to use. I don't know why. I think it was because of the wall decoration that you can see at the front of the building. I wanted to use that, and I was kind of looking for a color that would look pretty. So yeah, I ended up going with yellow, and I really like it. So here we are working on the owner apartment. I again embraced the yellow, and I went for like a black and light wood color palette. I changed the tile in the kitchen like 5 times because I could not decide which one I liked the most. So just bear with me. It's going to end up looking good. I'm not sure which color I settled on in the end. I also placed windows when I was working on the exterior, but later on I decided to kind of change them around a little bit because it just wasn't looking good with the rest of the kitchen. So I think I delete one of the windows. I'm not sure which one, but I think I delete one of the 3 windows that are at the back wall in the kitchen. Yeah. I was kind of trying to figure out what curtains to use, how to lay things out, and so it was quite fun. I've been kind of indecisive lately when I'm doing building, kind of changing colors, changing textures, changing wallpapers. It's been a lot of fun, really. Yeah, I've also been quite, I don't want to say stressed, but like anxious maybe. There has been a lot going on in the last couple of weeks, some changes that I'm very happy for, don't get me wrong. It's just that changes can be very overwhelming for me. So I am getting used to a different order in my life, which is good, which is a good thing because I didn't really need that. Yeah, it's just life's been a bit much, a bit lot, but good in a good way. Well, partially. School is not a good way, but some other personal things that have been really good, and I'm happy for that. Yeah, but just like I've finished a big build yesterday, I want to say. Yes, it was a commission. Again, I only have one commission left. Yay, finally. They've been kind of, I don't want to say suffocating me a little, but yes, they've been kind of putting a lot of pressure on me. The pile of commissions that I've had, but I only have one more, and then I'm gonna be finished, and I'm not taking any more for now, because you know, with school and everything, I just don't have the time. I need to do things on my own timeline, and I don't need the deadline to stress me even more. So I'm not taking commissions for now. I might come back to them in the summer or later in the year, but right now I just need some space for my own building to on my own schedule. Yeah. So here we are working on I did the living room, which I'm going to come back to and clutter it up a little, I believe. And now we are working on the hallway. I used this beautiful, kind of like a boho looking dresser that came with for rent, which is absolutely my favorite thing in the world. I find it really hilarious whenever we get a really good pack, or like any pack whatsoever, really. You find like staples in them and then you use them all the time. But they're items that you don't touch like ever because you just don't like them. They don't fit your style. And I think it's I don't know, it's fascinating. I don't know why it's fascinating, but I just find it fascinating that they're just we get a pack, you find what you like, and then you use it continuously on and on and on and on. So that's, yeah, kind of fun. I was working on this apartment. I initially wanted to finish the big build that I talked about earlier for this week's video, but because we got the new patch, we got the new pack, the better build and buy and tool were, you know, broken for a little bit. And when I was waiting for them to be updated by the wonderful Twisted Maxi, who did an amazing job, he did it very quickly, but still there were a couple of days where it wasn't functioning, so I had to kind of figure out what to do. So that's when I decided to work on this apartment, because you don't need that much tool for this, right? I did miss it a couple of times for especially like resizing items, but it was not that big a deal because the other build I was working on, which is going to come out next week, is a big Tartosa kind of villa. And I initially wanted to use the terrain tool, but I would need the tool mod for that. So that's why I went back to this. And yeah, so we should probably thank the new update for the fact that you are getting this instead of something else, because yeah, I was not going to release it this week until the mods broke. Anyways, this is the master bedroom, and now we're going to move on to the kids' bedroom. I think because I realized I won't have enough space for an office up here, I decided to put a computer downstairs on the dining table because there are 3 Sims living in here, so you don't really need the 4th chair. So that's why I placed a laptop in there. I'm not sure, but I think you can take the laptop kind of into your Sims inventory, so it doesn't technically need to stay on the table. Per se. And here is the bedroom for the kids. I went for a very soft kind of blue yellow color scheme, so I again kind of carried the yellow in here. I was inspired by the bedding on the bed from that I used here from Dreamhouse Decorator, so that's kind of what inspired the color scheme. I also made sure to place a keyboard, like keyboards in here. They have a space to do their homework at the table, which is from Discover University. I really like this bedroom. It's really small, but it's very, very cute. I also am very much aware that the wardrobe is not going to be accessible in this way, but it's more like decorative because your sim can change in front of the mirror that's just right behind the door. So you don't necessarily need the wardrobe itself. You have the mirror. And now we're working on the space at the roof. So I made sure to place some kind of seating again, barbecue, a couple of planters, and I think a couple of sunbeds as well, because you want to just relax out here. And after I finish this, I'm also going to come back and do the kind of utility room that I talked about downstairs, because I completely forgot about it until I was almost finished. So I uploaded this version to the gallery, so with like four, well, technically you could do 5, with like empty apartments and the 1 apartment furnished. So if you want to download that, you can definitely do that. I'm gonna upload the finished version after I'm done with all of the other apartments as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And that's almost it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you would never miss a video. I now upload 2 times a week, on Saturday and Wednesday. I want to say yes. And yeah, if you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can try the hashtag michaelasimsyt. Or you can also get the tray files in the description box below as always. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!